happy Halloween! Happy Halloween, everybody! Hope you guys are doing well. It's Milena from EnglishMadeSimple.net. Welcome to the English Made Simple show. This is episode number 152, number 152, número 152. How are you spending your Halloween? I'll tell you how I'm spending mine. My evil twin sister is visiting from Melbourne. I know! And I thought, you know what? It's very appropriate that I interview my twin sister, my evil twin sister, because it's Halloween. And it's a great opportunity for you guys to get to know her. You know, I don't talk about my sister that often, but, you know, I thought maybe this is an opportunity for you to know her and see what she does. And I have to warn you, she's pretty evil. She has an evil laugh. So I did an interview with my sister, and it was kind of a freestyle interview. We were talking a lot. We were laughing a lot. There was a lot of laughter. Giggles, that's another word for laughter. We were giggling a lot. Just like ha 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 ha. And talking at the same time. And because she's my twin sister, we have the same voice, the same tone of voice and the same sound. We sound the same. And sometimes you'll get confused who's talking. People used to call us double trouble back in high school. I don't know why, because we look the same and we just laugh all the time. We were both crazy. We still are, even now. So yeah, I did this interview with my sister, and we had a lot of new phrases for you. And I hope you can pick up on some phrases. So just to let you know, there won't be a proper transcription done on this episode. So what I'm going to do is summarize what we've discussed. I'm going to highlight some phrases that my sister used, and with a short explanation of what it means. And I hope that will be enough. I hope that will help you understand some of the phrases that we used. And just to give you a heads up, we talked about the phrases to do with how to communicate with customers and suppliers in business. So guys, just before I play the interview, I want to give you a quick summary of what we've discussed in case you don't pick up the phrases. We did talk about some phrases in the episode that relate to her job. And these phrases will hopefully help you as well. And these phrases were, I think there were 3 phrases that we discussed. The first phrase being touch base, 2 words. Second, checking in. Again, 2 words. And following up. Again, it's 2 words. And we did mention following up in one of the previous episodes. So are we ready? Are we ready to meet Jovana the Great? My evil twin sister. Let's begin. Hi everyone, welcome to English Made Simple. My name is Milena, and I am here with my evil twin sister. She came down from Melbourne. She came to visit, and we are just here catching up in Adelaide. Adelaide, I love it. Right, so I just want to say hello to Jovana. It's great to have you here, Jovana.
Yay! I am very excited to finally be featured on your lovely podcast.
Well, yeah, that's true. It's been like over a year before you got featured.
The formal invitation on the Halloween.
It's a special day for the Halloween. I want to introduce you to my evil twin sister, Jovana. Wow. Both are crazy.
Yeah. How much did you have to drink, Milan?
2 espressos. That's enough. And later we're gonna have wine. We probably sound the same here.
We are.
So Jovana, my listeners of English Made Simple don't know much about you. So I did mention that I have a twin sister. I didn't mention what her name was. So my sister's name is Jovana, but sometimes we say Jovana with Australian accent. Yeah. So can you just spell your name for us?
Spell, oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I spell my name with a silent J. J as in job.
Joe.
O as in Oscar. V as in victory. A as in
Awesome.
awesome. N for Nelly. And A for Anna.
Wow. Giovanna. Great.
Sounds like Giovanna coffee.
As in Giovanna coffee? Yes, I do. You know what? Being a twin sister, we often get asked one question. We often get asked from friends and from,
Family.
not from family, from friends and colleagues about what it is like to be a twin. Twin, or Spanish, it's gemela, twin sisters. So just to, I forgot to mention that Giovanna is 10 minutes older than me. Only 10 minutes.
10 minutes. You're young.
Yes.
You're a baby.
Yes. So we often get asked what it is like to be a twin. So I have this question for you, Giovanna. What is it like to be a twin?
For me?
Yes.
That's a hard question to answer because I don't know what it's like to not be a twin.
True that.
So I think it's really great to have a best friend, someone you can talk to. As twins, we actually have our own language.
Yes, we do.
And sometimes both of our husbands think we are crazy because we don't have to complete a sentence. We just know what the outcome of that sentence is.
Yes.
So we don't need to really talk. We just communicate with our what is it called?
Telepathy.
Telescopes.
Like snorkels.
Antenna. Twin antenna.
Yes, that's us. And as twins, we like to do things together. You know, even when we were younger, I should say. we did aerobics together. We competed in bodybuilding together. We learned how to play guitar together.
Ooh,
we were
flamenco.
Yes, we were in the
Heavy metal.
heavy metal band together. We don't sing; we just play guitar. We did. What else did we do?
University, business.
We started business together.
Yeah, we had our own business, yes.
What else?
Wow.
Wow, there's so many things, and we need to provide a resume of things we did.
Yeah, where is your CV?
Yeah, and my CV. Yeah, so now we are at a stage where we have businesses together.
Yes.
And Giovanna has a really, really exciting business. She has a successful business called Bumper Leads. Giovanna is the founder of Bumper Leads, bumperleads.com. And I'll put this link in the show notes. So for those of you who are interested, you can just check the show notes for the link. Bumper Leads, that's an interesting name, Bumper Leads, as a business. What do you actually do, Giovanna? Can you please tell us?
Well, interesting name. I think you've actually helped me come up with this name. But I was remembering when I was driving to work and I was stuck in traffic. And there is a saying in Australia, when you are stuck in traffic, you are bumper to bumper, meaning your cars are almost touching. And my business is all about marketing and generating new leads and customers for my clients. So I thought naturally Bumper Leads really fit the bill because another jargon that I think in Australia people like to use is something called in the financial terms bumper year. So when a business has a very, very good year, they usually refer to it as a bumper year. So yeah, that's Bumper Leads. And then what we do, basically it's a global business. So I have clients in Australia, in New Zealand, Canada, America, not Spain so much, but I can speak a bit of Spanish.
Oh, yeah.
Some in Europe, Middle East. So yeah, we're all around the world, and we help small business owners attract the right clients, increase their sales pipelines, and streamline their systems. And we create, beautiful websites that convert visitors into clients. with sales funnel strategies that are built specifically for your business. So for my clients' businesses, so you can so they can grow their bottom line.
Wow!
By working smarter, not harder.
There's so many new words in this. I think some of the words that I haven't mentioned in previous episodes,
Very
like
business, huh?
bottom line, that mean like profit of the business. What else we have? Streamline processes, streamline the systems.
Yeah, that means we basically remove all the waste and clutter from your business, and then we streamline. We basically make it even
and smooth and flowing. Yeah,
yes,
flowing in one
straight line. Imagine straight line. That's what streamlining means.
Wow, awesome! And do you have to travel for work?
Yes, I do. Only for only because my business allows me to travel. So I don't have a physical address. I just go and think, okay, where am I gonna go tomorrow? So I'm planning to be in Taiwan, probably when you publish this episode. Then I'm gonna be in New York and Chicago.
Wow.
Then I want to go to Portugal, Europe, Spain, if it's safe.
If it's safe at
I
the
don't know
moment.
if I loved Spain. I went last year. Yes.
So do you speak English everywhere you go, or do you try to learn the language of that country?
I speak English, I have to say. I'm lazy. My husband can speak French. I can speak tiny bit of Spanish. But I find that people everywhere do know English. At least they know the common phrases.
Yeah,
So
most of them.
yeah.
It's easier nowadays to travel. English is like the global language. I want to ask you a few questions, Joanna. I don't know if you know, I don't think I've told you actually that we, as part of November episodes, we're going to talk about certain phrases that we use when we speak English. And I wanted to teach new phrases to the listeners of the English Made Simple show. But I want to take some of your phrases that you use in your business. So how do you communicate with customers or your clients? How do you communicate with suppliers? I wanted to find out what phrases you use when you call your customers. Like if you wanted to check on customers, or if you need some information from your customers or clients, how do you approach them when you're on the phone? What phrases do you use when you talk to them on the phone? And hopefully this will help some of the listeners who have to speak on the phone with their customers.
Well, in my business, I often have to send by email proposals. So I don't typically receive feedback from them straight away. And when I have to follow up, I use words like touching base or I'm checking in. And for example, I'm just checking in to see how you went with the proposal. So that's pretty much the language that is very commonly accepted in Australia, America. Really, it's a business. Everyone knows that business term, or touching base is another one. That's a very big, used in corporations, everywhere you go. We just want to touch base on the proposal. And I don't know what exactly that means. Literally touching base.
Touching base.
It's probably from baseball or...
Maybe baseball. Maybe it's a sport expression. We better look that up later. I'll put that in the notes so we can check that phrase later. Touching base. But this is common. I heard this in business terms. I heard this in corporations. They often say, even in the emails, when people write emails, they say, oh, I am just touching base. Touch base is 2 words, by the way. I am just touching base to see how you're getting on with this project, or how you're doing this.
Yes, sorry, you asked me on the phone. And
Yes.
email, phone, you just, that's common terminology.
Yeah.
And what my business does is actually automates that whole process.
Really?
So that's how we streamline. So I don't have to always pick up the phone and follow up with clients. I have a software that reminds me, and it also sends a notification to the actual prospect new client, new lead, sends them an email to see how are you going with the proposal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you don't actually do it on the phone all the time, every time.
I don't have to. Yeah, once you do it, you write an email or, it's.
You can automate it.
You can automate this process. Streamline.
Wow. That's awesome. Streamline is the word of the day today. Touching base. I didn't know that. Of course, you can automate that part. And checking in, you used another phrase. So you say, I'm just touching base, or I'm just checking in. Checking in, again, 2 words here. Is it kind of means the same?
Yes, same. It means exactly the same. I think it's also a jargon that maybe it's not probably sports related, but I'm checking in, as in when you go to a hotel, you check in.
That's true.
You check in at the reception, so.
Yeah, true. I'm checking in. That makes sense. And following up, also another expression that you use, I guess, interchangeably. So touching base, checking in, and the third expression you wanted to tell us about is following up. I'm just following up on this project. I'm just following up on this proposal, or...
Yeah, that's exactly. It's very, it's easy. Follow up is the proper phrasal...
It's the most used...
Phrasal verb, isn't it?
That's it. Phrasal verb. You got it.
So, following up, to follow up is really very, very common as well.
Yeah. So we've learned 3 phrases with Jovana: touching base, checking in, and following up, and how you can use it in a business sense. Now, could you use this personally, like when you talk to your friend or when you talk to, your family members?
Yeah.
Your sister?
Yeah. I'm just following up on that sandwich you promised, Milena.
Your sandwich. It's still being made at the moment. I have to streamline my process
Where's
of
my
sandwich
cup of
making.
tea, Milena?
I'm your sister, not your slave.
I am evil twin sister.
That's right. Very appropriate for the Halloween. Evil twin sister. If you're evil twin sister, if you're the evil one, which one am I?
You're good.
Am I a good one, or am I
I don't know. Don't ask me, because
you're gonna come up with some funny names.
But I'm wearing a witch hat. That's my everyday uniform. Horror movie. No.
Jovana the Great. No, I'm the crazy one. Is that what everyone calls me, the crazy twin. I know that you're short on time. You're very busy. You're a businesswoman. So I would like to just ask you one more question, last question for today is how to get in touch with Jovana. How can we how can listeners of the English Made Simple show get in touch with Jovana? I'm sure that there are some people out there who are interested to know what you do or want to find out more about your business. And maybe you could help them in their business if there are any business owners listening to the show, and I'm sure there are. So how can people get in touch with Jovana?
I have a website. It's bumperleads.com, and I think people can go on your website, check this episode, check in. They can check in on Twitter as well. So I have a Twitter account handle. My Twitter handle is called @Jovana the Great.
That's good.
And we're Bumper Leads is on Instagram and Facebook as well.
Awesome. I'll put that link in the show notes. I'll put the link in the transcription or just in the notes of the episode. And speaking of Twitter, I've also got a Twitter account. I've just opened it yesterday. So I feel a bit lonely. I have no followers. I have 1 or 2 followers.
I'm following you.
As I said, I feel a bit lonely. It's only me and my sister. It's like just me being on Twitter. And I've opened my Twitter account yesterday, as I mentioned, and my Twitter handle is @Milena the Great.
Who came up with that?
Yes. The evil twin came up with that name. So you can follow Jovana @Jovana the Great or Milena @Milena the Great. So I'll put these links in the notes of the episode so you can find out more about Jovana and her Twitter handle as well. You can follow her there. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us and helping us learn some new phrases. So we've learned touching base, one phrase, checking in and following up, and we learned how to use it when you're speaking with your customers over the phone, or you can use it in the emails. Is there anything else you would like to add before we finish for today?
What's it like not being evil?
What's it like not being evil? Oh, it's hard. It's hard. Sometimes I wish I were evil enough. I'm too nice and people just take advantage of me being nice. All right. Well, thanks, Giovanna, for coming in and doing the show, and thanks for catching up with me in Adelaide. It's been really great having you here, and I'm glad that you were able to be on this show and teach us some new phrases that you use at work with your customers.
It's been a real pleasure being in your company.
And maybe we will hear from you soon. Maybe you'll be here soon recording again.
Yes, of course. Are you? Well, if you want me to come back, do you want me back?
Yeah, we'll gladly have you
Only
back.
if listeners think that maybe it's just you talking because we have the same voice.
Yeah. It's going to be hard to distinguish between Milena and Giovanna because we have similar voices.
We are real.
There are two people here speaking, not just me.
Literally, physically, we are two people here.
It's not just me being crazy. Right, so back to Milena. Well, thanks, Giovanna, for being here. Let's catch up another time when you come down to Adelaide, when you decide to visit us again.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Bye. There she goes. She's flying away. She only comes once a year for Halloween. Bye, my precious. Bye, my little sister. See you next year.